Hey YouTube, I think that's how they start these videos. I'm not a Instagrammer or a influencer or blogger, vlogger, tweeter, twatter, anything like that, but I'm just the guy that bought rough country bumpers, and I've been meaning to do this review for quite some time now, and just have a few minutes, with COVID and shutdowns and all that fun stuff. If you're from Canada, you know what I'm talking about with homeschooling and all that. It's pretty hard to get anything done these days. Anyways, it's a balmy -3 here in Edmonton, Alberta. It's early February, and this is my 2014 Ram Eco Diesel. I want to do this review on these rough country bumpers because it's been a year. I think I've put about 22,000 kilometers. I think that's about 14,000 miles for all of my friends down in the US. But let's get at it. So I had an unfortunate parking lot incident, so I figured I would take the opportunity to put a set of aftermarket bumpers on this thing. I did some shopping around, and I really like the styling of these rough country bumpers. I thought they nailed it. They look great. Put the front and rear bumpers on there, and I also put a grille on. The side steps weren't available. I finally was able to pick them up in late summer, early fall, and haven't put them on yet, and I'll get to why I haven't done that yet in a few minutes. Installation on this thing was, it wasn't rocket science, so that wasn't a big deal, but the instructions were less than fantastic. There's a few areas that were a little confusing, and they could have done a better job there. You'll see there's no way to secure your wheel well moldings to the bumper, so it's just kind of strapped in there with zip ties. It's the only thing I could really do to keep it from flopping around. Calling the tech line for support was pretty bad. I might as well have called my 7-year-old mother and had her give me advice on it, because the tech I spoke to was basically reading the same shitty instructions that I was, and didn't have a clue about his own product. Sensors don't work. I have seen on other forums and reviews that the sensors just don't work. They're always chiming and going off. They worked just fine before I put the bumpers on, but now they don't. So I'm always driving around without bumpers on. The lights are phenomenal. It's daylight, so you might not be able to really get the full effect here, but that's the hardware they come with, and they are great at night. Really, really impressed with the lighting. The license plate hardware and lights were goofy, to say the least. I ended up having to buy a new license plate light off of Amazon to replace the one that it came with. But something I do want to really stress is now things been on here for just over a year, or just under a year, pardon me, and the quality of the powder coating is atrocious. Like, look at this when I get up close. When I went to pick up those running boards from the dealer last August, the dealer even said, they've been having issues with the quality of the powder coating. We go down here to the back where it's not taking any kind of snow damage. And I'll tell you, I don't drive this thing, I don't off-road my truck. I've only put 20,000 kilometers on it, and it's towing my holiday trailer and city driving. But that powder coating is just atrocious, and they even said you pretty much need to take these things out of the box and go get them powder coated if you're planning on doing anything with this truck. So that's why they actually gave me money back on my running boards to cover the cost of the powder coating. But customer service was absolutely atrocious. They didn't even email back, call back in when I inquired about the quality of their powder coating. So yeah, 1 year later, and I'll have to be stripping these bumpers off when I take my running boards in to have them powder coated. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight if you decide to start or decide to shop around for aftermarket bumpers for your vehicle. Rough country, great styling, okay design, I guess, as far as engineering and hardware, crappy instructions, but even shittier powder coating and quality control.